Hey there, and thanks for joining me on another video. And I've got a very special guest today. I've got Lee Slater, Melbourne guitarist, with me. Hey Lee.
How you doing?
And you've brought in a very special guest with you today.
Yeah, I brought in my 1960 ES-335 that I've had for a while. It's when I got the guitar, it was pretty much a basket case. There wasn't an original part on the guitar, just maybe the pickup surrounds, I think. And I spent the next few years restoring it back to some kind of normality. Unfortunately, there was a problem with the guitar initially because the headstock didn't look like that. It was actually the wrong shape. And for a few years, I really didn't know what to do with the guitar. You know, it was playing okay, but it didn't look right. And so what I did in the end, I took it off to I sent it off to a guy called Piers Crocker, who's a very well-respected luthier in Australia. Piers strips it off and said to me, the great thing is it hasn't been broken at any time. So he said, what do you want to do? I said, well, let's just investigate further. So anyway, after a bit of investigation, Piers took back the size, so we just had the straight piece of headstock, and he found out that this guitar had actually been turned into a 12-string guitar. Piers done the woodwork and it came out great, and then I was kind of debating what to do about the finish because I didn't want to refinish the whole back of the neck because it's, you know, it's still, this part of it was still original, it's only from here upwards. Yeah. And so someone recommended Ben Ling at Guitar Emporium here in Melbourne. So I bit the bullet and off I went to Guitar Emporium and spent about an hour talking to Ben, you know, all my idiosyncrasies. And it came back like this, and it's absolutely fabulous. He's actually blended the colour in. He's an artist, really, at the end of the day, I think. And he's made an absolutely outstanding job of restoring the paintwork back to its original finish. It's even got the checking in, some chips and dinks, and to match up with the rest of the guitar. So I was absolutely over the moon when it came back, you know.
So where'd you buy the guitar originally?
The guitar came from New Zealand, actually, and it had been advertised a couple of times on eBay, and there weren't any takers. And for the kind of guitar it was pretty cheap. And I knew that I had some of the bits to restore it anyway. There's only a couple of things that I needed to get it back to its originality. What
did you need, just out of interest?
Well, I needed a set of PAFs, obviously, because they're pretty hard to come by. I have got a set of 61s, but they're not quite right for this particular year. So I managed to get these through a friend of mine in LA, Clear for LA Vintage Gear, got these for me. And so that was really the only thing that I needed. I think these are not the right tuners for the guitar, but these actually work. But they're period kind of correct, but they don't go out of tune, you know. Yeah. And it came in its original brown case, which was a bit of luck as well. Right. So yeah, so it's a bit of a labour of love. But I am a bit of a sucker, really, for guitars that need a bit of work, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially the 335. I mean, it's such a classic guitar.
Yeah, it's a 60 dot neck. So they did the dot neck for from 58 to 61, and then it went over to the block inlay from about 62 onwards.
Well, I bet everyone's dying to actually hear what it sounds like, and luckily enough today we've got a couple of really nice amps that we can play through. Well, thanks very much for coming in.
No problem at all.
And bringing your beautiful guitar.
You're quite welcome.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.